Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find something relatively comfortable and sturdy. You don't want to be uncomfortable because then you'll just be distracted during the practice about how your body feels. You also want to be sturdy because it gives us a sense of being here, that we're here to stay without trying to get anywhere else or anything like that. Just find what works for you. Sitting in a chair works. You can sit in a formal meditation posture. Just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. But of course, if you have practiced with your eyes closed or if you're more comfortable doing so, go ahead and just close your eyes. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you, kind of looking at the floor or the desk, whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot on the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly and clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly yet clearly downwards. There's nowhere to go. You are right here. There's nothing to do because you are here and now. Let go of the to-do list, all the troubles, the problems, the accomplishments, and the things left undone. Release the heavy load for now. You can always pick it up later. But for now, for this moment, just leave alone the to-do list, everything of the future. And likewise, let go of your past. This story we tell about ourselves. Everything we've done, our accomplishments, our failures, our mistakes, leave them alone as well. Come to this moment just as it is and allow everything to be just as it is. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, and no one to become. Just rest, here and now. And if you're normal, I'm probably interrupting you in the middle of a thought right now. There are thoughts about plans or the past, or some entertainment you were watching or whatever. Now, thoughts in themselves are not the problem here. It's only they're so alluring, they're so addictive that we just can't help but pay attention to them. And thus, we lose our attention of this moment. We lose attention of our life. So instead of paying attention to thoughts, it's useful to bring our attention elsewhere, like to the breath. And instead of paying attention to this next thought, simply remain your attention with breathing. See if you can notice the breath wherever you feel it the most without being distracted by this next thought. Do you notice your breath, or are you lost in thought again? It's okay. This is normal. When you notice that you're lost in thought, gently return to the breath. Effortlessly return to the breath again and again. Thoughts don't need to be quiet for us to notice the breath. We just keep returning while thinking happens, rising and falling. Come back. Come back to the breath. Wake up. Leave these thoughts alone. In fact, what are they talking to? See if you can notice what thoughts are talking to. What notices thinking? Can the thing that thinks also be seen? Just look. Turn the attention back. What sits here? If your mind gives you an answer, that's not it. Look for the looker. Ask yourself, what am I? What sits here? What hears this voice? What sees the breath? Don't expect to find a thing there. Don't expect to find a there. Look for the looker. What am I? And you may notice that thoughts can't go there. Thoughts can't solve this. It's only don't know. Remain don't know mind. Remain absolutely free and knowledgeless. Rest. Just rest. All right, you can look at the screen. A lot of people think that, or maybe this is you, you come to this practice and you think that what we're doing here is some sort of deep thing. I ask you, what are you? Must be some deep soul that I must find out. What is this? No. Everything is on the surface. Everything. We're not going deep inside. We're not learning about something outside. Everything I speak of, everything this practice is about is on the surface, but not your words, your concepts, your analysis, your judgments. Before your thoughts, before thinking arises, there. We stay there. Not the judgment place of the world and the problems and the me and the you and I don't want to do this, but you got to do this. Before we even say those things, a lot of us start this practice because we're suffering, and that's probably the best reason to start a practice, a meditation practice. We don't want to feel bad anymore. But the solution doesn't require a deep insight. It requires the line between suffering and total well-being is very thin. It's super thin. It's so thin, it can almost said not to be there. All you have to do is look. What is here before thinking arises? What is this little entity I think I am? Is it there? You know those, it's a pretty famous, not really an optical illusion, but it's like a vase. It's a black and white picture, and you see this vase. But if you look at it in a slightly different way, it looks like two faces kissing. And then if you just kind of change your perspective a little bit, then it's back to a vase again. You know what I'm talking about? It's that thin, the difference between you being really having a crappy day, crappy life, and being totally well. And all that it requires is just a shift of perspective, a shift of attention. Just look, just look. It's that simple. It's not some deep thing you learn after 30 years of practice. It's now what you learn with practice is to keep coming back to it. Keep coming back to it and not being so bamboozled by thoughts. But this moment, see, you heard that before you said clap. That was a clap. Before we say that's a clap, there's we just stay. Everything else is just talking. Just words. And that's the world we try to live in. It's the world of suffering. Simply notice what is before thinking arises and come back and come back and come back. Freedom and well-being is right here as long as you look and rest. Thank you for showing up today. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.